We are talking about a billionaire family, children who were raised in a privileged household, and that father using his leverage to get his billionaire son a job that he is not qualified for. Let's talk about LeBron James and nepotism. Let's talk about it. I see a lot of people celebrating nepotism, and I've never seen that ever in my life. I have never seen this many people championing, did I say that right? Celebrating nepotism. Listen to this. LeBron James is, guess what? A billionaire. LeBron James is a billionaire. And as I continue to talk, don't ever forget that. He's a billionaire according to Forbes magazine. And guess what? Bronny James is a billionaire. LeBron James has a wife and 3 children, and they are all billionaires. The children, they are heirs to the James estate. They will never need or want for anything that can be purchased with money. So we are talking about a billionaire family, children who were raised in a privileged household, and that father using his leverage to get his billionaire son a job that he is not qualified for. Billionaire dad helps his son get a job he is not qualified for. Now, before you get all mad, I want to shout out LeBron James for being a dad. I want to shout out LeBron James for being a provider. I want to shout out LeBron James for getting it out the mud. He was raised by a single mother, got it out the mud, and he has given the NBA everything. He is arguably, some people would say he is the greatest to do it. Some people would say that's a whole nother conversation. And he has earned this ability, I'm not going to say right, to even have the conversation about his son joining the LA Lakers. I am not taking any of that away from LeBron James. What I am saying is nepotism is nepotism, and it's not good. And the reason why it's not good is because it is putting people in positions that they are unqualified for based on their bloodline, right? We do not give people jobs based on bloodline. We should give people jobs because they are qualified to do the job. And here's the thing. If they're not qualified to do the job, then we create a position for them. Right? We create a position for them. That way, you don't have your child acting as the CEO of a corporation you built and they have no business background, about to run the business into the ground. Create a position for them. Community outreach executive, right? Social media manager. Give them a job, right? You don't hire somebody to be a pilot and they don't know how to fly a plane, right? And some of you might say, well, that's a stretch because we're talking about basketball and Bronny played for USC. LeBron Bronny James played for USC for about half the season. Some people are talking about how he, had that medical scare, but he was cleared by the best doctors that money can buy, cleared, and he was 100% healthy, and he only averaged 4 points a game on a bad USC team that was in a bad conference. So he was not even developed to compete against college competition. When I say compete, I'm talking about to actually make an impact, right? Where he was a player helping his team win games. If you can't compete on the college level, then then you damn sure can't compete in the NBA. So this is nepotism. But there's more to the story. Let me cook for a second. Let me cook. I don't think this was ever about Bronny becoming an NBA player. I don't think that wasn't LeBron's goal. I think this was about him wanting to produce a documentary and him wanting to do his farewell tour with his child in the locker room with him, on the team with him. I believe this will probably be LeBron's last season in the NBA, and this is his farewell tour. And there are cameras, 4K, 8K resolution cameras recording this entire process. I bet any of you that they are going to put out a documentary produced by LeBron James. He gets to tell his own story, right? And let me also mention that LeBron is considered a billionaire by Forbes. He is going to make more money. When he leaves the NBA, he is going to make more money. So this was about him wanting to leave on his own terms, having his son by his side. We should not be celebrating nepotism. This is a billionaire athlete giving his privileged son the opportunity to play with him because he wants him to. The Lakers did not want to draft Bronny James. They didn't. But this is the business, right? And so why wouldn't the Lakers take advantage of the opportunity to make history? The only father-son duo to play together on the same team in the NBA. It's never happened before. It's never happened before. Ken Griffey did it with his dad, and guess what? Ken Griffey Jr. is a Hall of Fame baseball player. If Ken Griffey Jr. cannot hit a fastball, he is not in that dugout. You feel me? And of course, his father was not on the LeBron James level, but I want you to understand, do not compare Bronny and LeBron to Ken Griffey and his son. It's not the same thing. Not the same thing. Going back to the nepotism. Nepotism, it lowers morale. It creates an environment where people feel like their hard work does not matter, because if you are not a blood relative, you will not be rewarded for your talents. And that's not the recipe for success. If we're building a good organization where people love to work for that organization, you can't reward people for being a relative. Not when you have other people working there at the same time. You can't do that. That's nepotism. Giving people preferential treatment and preferential positions that they're not qualified for. Now, if Bronny James stays in college for another year or two and he does better and then he gets drafted, then we're not even having this conversation. We're not even having this conversation. But he skipped a step because his dad wanted him to, not because he wanted to. This is all LeBron James. So if you're going to be mad at anybody, don't be mad at Bronny. If you are going to be mad, you should be mad at ESPN for not calling it like it is. ESPN has literally paid people to destroy folks like Kwame Brown, folks like Russell Westbrook. God forbid you have a bad season as a good Cam Newton. They will drag you through the mud if you have a bad season and talk about you. But when it came to Bronny James, only thing they can say is he's a good kid. He's a good kid with good character. And that's how we evaluate basketball players now. If you're a good kid with good character, we'll say good things about you. You should be mad at ESPN. You shouldn't be mad at Bronny James. And I personally feel like his father put a target on his back because the NBA is a grown man's league. And Bronny James is a young adult. And if he gets any playing time, nobody is going to go easy on him. So be mad at LeBron and be mad at the NBA media talking heads who aren't calling a spade a spade. Nepotism does not benefit any of us, and LeBron James is a billionaire. Bronny James is a billionaire. Bryce James is a billionaire. Billionaires doing what they always do, giving preferential treatment to who they want to give it to. It's not something we should celebrate. But shout out to LeBron for getting it out the mud, as I said. Shout out to LeBron for getting it out the mud. No hate for me. I just call it how I see it. I just call it how I see it. And if I were a billionaire and my son wanted to pursue something, then I would pay for it. You want to be a basketball player? I'll get you the best training in the world. Put you in position to succeed. I'll give you the best trainer in the world. You'll have the best nutritionist. I'll put you in camps. I'll surround you with NBA players to give you the greatest chance of succeeding. And if you don't, I have done my job. Michael Jordan's sons didn't make it to the NBA because they weren't that good. Shaquille O'Neal's son, Sharif, went to the G League and didn't make it to the NBA because he wasn't that good. Dwayne Wade, his son. Dwayne Wade literally bought into a G League team and got his son a roster spot. And what happened? His son wasn't that good. LeBron James has leveraged his power, his legacy, his reputation to get his son in the league so that he could produce a documentary and ride off into the sunset. That's why Bronny James is in the NBA. Nepotism is never a good thing. It's not good for you. It's not good for me. But as parents, we should give our kids every opportunity to be successful, but we shouldn't hinder them by putting them in positions that they're not ready to be in. It's not good. All right, y'all, this is the Poor Black Man. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. I know you ain't a billionaire. Talking about black nepotism. Talking about I love to see it. No, you don't. You ain't no billionaire. Bronny James is set for life. Bronny James will never have to work if he does not want to. Bronny James is set for life, with or without an NBA contract. His whole family is set. They're billionaires and they only gonna make more and more and more and more money. And that's what we celebrating. Nah. I'm celebrating all of the NBA players who did it on their own, who earned it the right way. And if Kobe Bryant was alive, he would agree. You work, earned, not given. It's the Poor Black Man. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to do these walk-in talks. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.